If you just want my routine, go here. My background is really messy. Give me 1 second. It's better than what it was before. There is little dusts floating around. Last year I did some heavy self-reflecting. Last year I looked deep within myself and did some intense self-evaluation. And I decided enough is enough. I am going to transform my life. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to transform into a transformer. 2022 is gonna be my year. My year. So obviously I did some research. I watched a whole bunch of inspirational, educational, inspiring, did I mention educational videos? So then I would be more, what's a synonym? Not cinnamon. Synonym. You know what that reminds me of? In primary school, whenever we learned grammar, the teacher would always be like, today we're learning grammar, not grandma. Which I was deeply confused about because isn't that obvious? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I wanted to be impelled to... What's a synonym for transformed? I wanted to be impelled to transfigure my life. So I made a daily routine on my trusty notes app, and I honestly think I'm actually going to stick to this. The side has these little bubbles next to what I want to do, and if you press a bubble, it goes down to the bottom. It can be like a fun little choose your own adventure for me, but like improve your life adventure. Does that make sense? I don't want to plan my life down to the minute, because then what is the actual point of doing anything? It just takes the fun out of everything. I'm here for a fun time, and I'm here for a long time. My dream is to be an old woman, sitting on a couch, kind of somewhat in the dark, playing Fruit Ninja, with the love of my life sitting next to me, and we're gonna watch Twilight, Coraline, Barnyard, The First Wrong Turns, Not the Last Disaster. We're gonna watch Silence of the Lambs. And that is my older person dream. I don't want to have a set routine for the rest of my life. That's scary. It's horrifying, really. Let's be real here. Besides, someone once told me that habitual people are the easiest people to stalk, so you want to do things differently in your life so you don't get stalked. Because I don't want to be stalked. Anyway, I bet you're on the edge of your seats, trying to guess what this said routine is. This life-changing routine. So I'm going to share it with you now. That took me an insanely long time to get out.
The first step is to wake up and start your day, because if you don't wake up and you don't then get up, the rest of the stuff doesn't even matter. Then we have our bathroom routine, which is insanely important, as we do not want a burst bladder like Grandpa Simpson.
Oh dear God, this man's kidneys have exploded.
After washing your hands thoroughly, we then wash our face thoroughly. I used to have moderate cystic acne all over my cheeks, and it hurt really bad. I wanted to slice off my cheeks just to get rid of it. You know, keeping a skincare routine is really important to me, and I always try, even when I really don't want to. You don't have to try so hard. Just because, you know, I just have to look at some old photos and then be like, where's the cleanser? Then we brush our teeth. My dentist told me if your teeth are furry, that's from the bacteria defecating on your teeth. So unless you want bacteria fecal matter in your mouth, brush the teeth. Then I have my acne medication. This is literally my 5th bottle. I'm not even kidding. I do everything right. You know, I always am changing my pillowcase. I drink so much water. Hardly eat chocolate. I do all of that. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I head back to my room and I open my blind so I can see the sun. Yeah, that's it. When my blind is down, it just reminds me of when I was really sad, and I don't really like thinking about that time.
There's a crack on my screen.
Now we get to my favorite part, which is my quiet time, where I just basically get back into my bed. It actually really helps me because it makes me more inclined to wake up early because all I have to do is basically get back into my bed. I get bored kind of really easily, so by the time I'm bored, then I'm ready to start my day and I don't really want to check anything again because I already did it in the morning, if that makes sense. When I get bored, I get out of my bed, I make my bed, and then I clean my room. I really need my room to be clean. If I'm being completely honest, I don't even really like having breakfast, but I know it's really important to eat it. On school mornings, I always drink my chocolate up and go just because the thought of my stomach growling like a dog in class, that's mortifying. And then on other mornings, I usually wake up really late, but I will just basically have some toast, which is really easy to make. My fashion sense is basically pajamas and bathrobes, which is why getting dressed is also insanely important. I don't really like writing down to-do lists because I always forget I have it, and then I find them later on and I feel bad because I didn't do it. So I just try to think of one really important thing that I need to get done in the day, and that's all I focus on so I can get it done. Once I try to start focusing on too many areas of my life, I just sort of lay down because I'm overwhelmed, which is really bad and I'm trying to change that. But until then, clearing my mind is really important because my brain thinks of such unnecessary stuff that is not beneficial to me whatsoever. So what I do is I put on some calming music and then I just sort of lay down or I sit somewhere that's not my room and I just listen to this calming music. When I had exams online, I did this every single morning before them, and I would visualize myself doing the exam, and that actually really did calm me down. I've tried guided meditations in the past, and after a while I just get bored, and I also don't like when people tell me what to do. Now, breathing is insanely important. So I go outside, and if I'm scared to go outside, I just sort of stick my head near a window, and I breathe in deeply 7 times, because we want to clear out all that stale air. I don't remember who told me to do this. I just sort of remember it every now and then. Affirmations and gratitude, I think of them really quickly. I think about what I'm grateful for because sometimes it's easy to forget, and I also do my affirmations because if I try to think of something negative later on in the day because I've said something positive 100 times, it sort of balances it all out. I walk or dance around a bit just for the sake of doing it to get myself moving around, and then I touch my toes to make sure I can still touch my toes. Then I have my first snack of the day, or if I'm really hungry, I'll just have my lunch early because eating is important and we fuel our bodies with food because that's what's going to help us. And if we starve ourselves, that is going to slow down our metabolism. Anyway, then I do my chore. Everyone has chores. Actually, that's not true. I don't think rich people have chores, but most people have chores and it just helps out. You just got to get it done. Again, I also don't like being told what to do. So if I just do my chore first, then no one has to tell me to do it. I move on to my little exercise. Did put together myself a routine. I'm still getting around to doing it. I think just doing something is better than doing nothing.
If I was in it right now, this would be the scene where Pennywise comes out and chases me. And I have been running and walking for the past 40 minutes, so he would win and I would die. I'm already walking in the middle of the field because do you see those things? I heard some rustling coming from there and it's snake season. Tell me that's not creepy and I'm just not going to see a clown start jumping out and chasing me.
Hello. After I do my workout, then I will stretch. Well, I should be stretching. Then I will literally not be able to walk and my back will hurt. We don't want that. That's not beneficial. How is that beneficial? To stop any bacteria festering anywhere, we then have a shower. During this time, or before I have a shower, I like to clean the bathroom. I share a bathroom with my siblings, and I also like to think about what would happen if my soulmate crashed at the doorstep and he had to come inside and he had to have a shower. I would like the bathroom to be clean so then my soulmate can have a clean area and it's nice and pleasant for them. That's my motivation. I had my snack before, then I'll have my lunch. If I have my lunch before, then I'll have a snack. Or if I'm not hungry, I'll just have another snack. Or if I'm super hungry, I'll just have a lunch. But the point is that I'm eating. And I eat after my shower. Next, I read. I like reading. I've always liked reading. So it's not a chore. But I do think that I have to be careful because sometimes when I read something, I have to finish it. I like to read books that I've already read because then I know what happens and I don't have to really want to finish it, I also go on Clash of Clans. I do my attacks. I do my attacks daily. My clan leader, he always does wars. Anyway, and we do that. We just basically read and we switch between the two things until around maybe like 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Basically, just until when the afternoon ends and sort of night begins. Then we study. I saw something that said if you constantly say, oh, I hate studying, then you will hate studying. So, you know what? I love studying. I love studying. Anyway, I think that the best thing for me is to set a 5-minute timer to get myself to start. And then when I set this 5-minute timer, then I'm like, well, I can't just finish here. And then I just continue doing my studying. But I have a set plan, which I think honestly really helps. And I write down everything that I want to achieve. So then it helps me, because otherwise I'm just sort of sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? You know? And I also think it's important to study when you're focused, because if you're not focused, then what is the point? You're just sort of reading a page and you could be doing something else with your time. If I desperately need a break from studying, I will then have one. I will eat. I will drink water. I will walk. I do not check my phone, because if I do, we all know I'm not going to go back to studying. To be honest, I don't know any sort of study method. I basically sit down and I study until I can't anymore, and then I repeat it if I can. It's holidays, so I'm not really that focused in studying because I don't care. I study until dinner, and when dinner gets here, I eat dinner. I always eat dinner with my family. I guess it's a good bonding experience. I don't really know. If I'm not feeling tired, I will walk and try to get as many steps as I possibly can. Before, I used to need to get at least 10,000 steps, and I used to be kind of obsessive about it, until my mom sat me down and was like, stop. I had an exercise streak going. I was exercising hours every single day, and then I had to stop. That was not my choice. I didn't choose to stop. Literally, when I stopped exercising, nothing changed, really. My message out here is to just settle down a little bit. You don't have to be extreme. And do not beat yourself up when you look back at your old workout plans and cannot do what you used to be doing, because it doesn't matter. Let's just all relax. Anyway, then I look at my study plan, and if there is something that I desperately need to finish, then I will sit down and I will do that. And then I will clean up my studying space. I might watch some TV. Then we go back to our bathroom routine, getting rid of all that bacteria. Now, journaling is different for everyone. I personally prefer to type. I just sort of write down whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes I might do a daily recap if I feel like it. Then I'm tired and I go to sleep, which is basically how my night goes. Really embarrassing, but I have not done this routine. I did it twice, and then I just sort of haven't. So next week I'm going to challenge myself to either do the morning part, do the day part, or do the night part, and then hopefully that works out. But that's it. I'm tired now, which is why sleep is important, and to prioritize your sleep. I do not have any alarms because I need my sleep, and there is nothing more frustrating when you're having a really good dream and then you hear your alarm, you know? Okay, I'm going.